Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a video today. This was already like previously requested, but it was something that was kind of on my heart as well, just because I feel like lately I have talked in my previous videos how like I'm in a different season of life, like my work schedule is completely different. My kids are all in school. I haven't been relying on like my notes pages in the back in the same fashion that I did in previous years. And that's also with the addition of my little pocket Moleskine. Since I love this thing, I feel like all of my dailies go in here regardless. And then a lot of the time, I feel like, if anything, like in the past, like I would pick my Hobonichi up right away and that's where my dailies would go, like no questions asked. But now this is more of like a copy and paste of my pocket Moleskine. And I like that. In a way, I think I'm also like losing a little bit of that like creativity with my notes pages, whereas like before I feel like they were just like, I was so happy with how they turned out. I don't know if I've like gotten into a slump or like I just jumped into this planner so soon, because I've been in this planner since like September of last year. I like Frankensteined it. One of my friends on Instagram, she found a way, like suggested a way to do it, and I took it and ran with it, and I did it in mine as well. So I've been in this thing for like a really long time. So I don't know if like I'm just getting bored with my notes pages, or like it's kind of like that feeling like it may only be March, but like I'm so far in and so far committed to like how the notes pages have already been looking. Like I don't want to like start doing it completely different, because like I feel like, not that I don't have that many pages left, but I feel like there's just so many other pages. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's too late to go back and try and get my notes pages to look the way that I want, even though like it's only March moving forward. I can like make them look a certain way. But I just feel like it's too late for them to look any different than they already do. So I feel like it's been on my heart a little bit to try and like go back into my old notes pages and my previous planners, my previous Hobonichis, and just kind of like get a little bit of inspiration. And then my friend, she requested like how I use my notes pages and all my different planners and like how it's changed. So all of it together accumulated to this video. I think it's so funny that you could see like it's just gotten bigger and better as the years have gone by. Like this was the first one, that was the second one, and then who even knows how this one's gonna turn out if I continue down the same path I'm going. But I wanted to just hop into it. So this video is going to be all about just the notes pages, just the notes pages of the Hobonichi weeks. So starting with this one, not my like first Hobonichi, but like, because I have tried it in the past, but for, you know, better terms, my first one that I like was consistently using as a planner. I don't think there should be anything like too sensitive in here. So this was like my first one. This was like, I wasn't like super into like a lot of color or anything. It was like just very black and white for the most part. I think at the time I thought my color palette was like these like more dark spring colors, like the dark mustard, the dark purple, dark greens. But lately I've just been loving everything bright and fun. But yeah, so let's just hop in. Let's see. So notes pages. This is the 2021 Hobonichi week. So I did not like index anything. That's what this page can be used for, is like indexing things. I did not use it that way. I always get like stage fright using these first two pages of like any notebook, like Stalogies, like Hobonichis. So I left those blank, and then I moved in a little early, it looks like. So I was like set up a week, and then I was really big into my essential oils and like the different supplements I was using at the time. Because 2021, I just had my third daughter. I had her in 2020, but I was like really just trying to keep my body healthy after pregnancy, because that was something I neglected in my first two. So I was really big into like just trying to simplify like all the products we use, just keeping like my body healthy, everyone else's body's healthy. And I move into addresses, which I think this was like the one and only planner I've ever done that. And then I saw some, I was like trying to get into bullet journaling like in this fashion. I think that I could do it because I like the essence of it. One sec, I'm gonna enjoy some coffee really quick. So I think that I could get into like the essence of it. But what I have a hard time with even now is like, you'll see when I write in it, like when I write, it takes up the whole box, but it also takes up just a little bit more. But I think what I was trying to do, and I don't like, even looking back on this, I don't like it because I feel like I was trying to make my handwriting fit really small because the boxes are very tiny. I'm not like into it enough to know what the dimensions are, but the boxes are very tiny. And I think that's what I dislike most about this. If I would have used my actual handwriting, maybe I would have liked this a little bit better because I do enjoy the bullet journal style. I mean, it's really like, I'm not going to say it's similar to what I do now, but in a fashion it is because it's to-do lists, it's memories, it's like little captions of the day, it's reminders, the people like to-do lists, people to call, things like that. And that's like really what I do now. I just use stickers to do it. So whatever. And then, oops, let's go past that. That was really just like more bullet journaling and then like a December brain dump list. This is when I started feeling like real creative. I found this on Instagram, and that was when I really wanted to start using my notes pages as like a reflection of myself and just things that I was like looking forward to, things that I was into, things that inspired me creatively. So I found this on Instagram, and I just wanted to recreate it myself. Like I said, this is what I thought my color palette was, and I still do like this. It's just a little too dark for me. More of this like bullet journal style. Again, something I saw on Instagram. Do these things on a Sunday night for a productive week. I was like really big into trying to like reset my routines. Like I said, just after having another baby. I kind of miss doing this. I was really big into using like my daughter's little stencils and I would write the dates with that. And I think it was just a little bit different and I liked it. So I could get back to doing something like that. But I've like found that these to-do lists, like I said, you'll see from this compared to this, it's completely different. My to-do list, I cannot function with these types of to-do lists. It just, and again, maybe it's just the small writing, I don't know, but this is not me. This is not me. This was my weight loss tracker at the time. And then this is something that I have taken with me from year to year. I'm pretty sure it should be in this one. Should be. Oh wait, here we go. Oh. Or maybe I'm lying. Oh yeah, no, this one I did it in the front. That was it. Pretty sure. I did it in the middle of my pages. Anyways, setting it up like that was something that I set it up like this. That was my word of the year. I just did it differently this year, but I still did my manifesto. So this was like the first year that I started doing it. And I went back to this like style for my 2023 Hobonichi. So that was like my word of the year. This was like the year I remember, like I picked my word of the year and I just like crushed it. I crushed it. And I really like give it up to this planner. Like propelling me forward. I made my own little vision board. I just like copy and pasted some of these pictures in there. I had books that I wanted to read that like would inspire me to accomplish my word of the year. And then I really went in and like I read a lot of different blogs and like Instagram posts and Googled things and like to how to be a goal setter, how to put things together that you can actually accomplish, like what entails like a New Year's resolution. So that's when I like came up with this little manifesto and I separated it. What I read was like separating it into all these different categories that are important to you, and then breaking it down brings like a multifaceted approach to accomplishing this like big word for the year. So I did that, and I really I like made a little action statement, like, or like to call into action statement for myself for the year. And I really like I hit a lot of these things. Which is really exciting. Again, this was like me trying to be creative, stuff I saw on Instagram. I took one of those like Enneagram tests. Hey, coming in. I took one of those Enneagram tests, and at the time it told me I was a number 2, the helper. And I wonder now if that's even like still the case, because I feel like I would answer things a lot differently now. Love you too. I'm gonna try and like not spend 1,000 times. I don't want this to be like a video where I literally go page by page, but I do want to hit some key points. So let's see. Excuse me. Okay, so again, stuff I saw on Instagram. I was trying to pull into it and just like make this planner myself, so that at the time when I was flipping through it, I would be inspired, because I think that's what the notes pages should be like. Again, just more dailies. I saw this on someone's, it was probably another bullet journal thing of like how, household products, like when I bought them. And at the time we were like big into our BJ's membership. But again, like this isn't how my handwriting looks. Like I think I tried to fit too much of my handwriting and like my life into a box. I put myself in this weird box, and like I didn't like that. Again, I'm just not good with trackers. Shelter donations, it was just a lot of, I was trying to rebuild routines. There's just lists, there's work stuff, passwords, meal ideas. It's just very cut and dry. It's very cut and dry. At one point I was like redoing weeklies back here if I needed more space. Just very cut and dry. This was the year, I think, we moved, so we were trying to find a new place to live. We sold our house. I was like planning out how our house would look differently, and from like our house to the apartment we moved into. It's just all very black and white. So I do like how free I was in this, because I feel like this is when like I started experimenting more with color and stickers. I do like how free I was in this. Tattoo ideas, literally like 3 years later, I just made my appointment for my tattoo. So free in the fact that like I wasn't afraid to just use the pages. Like looking back, I feel like a lot of these pages just look like really crappy. They just look really crappy, but I am happy that I just like thought of something and I wrote it down. Like I had the freedom. I didn't put myself into a box in that fashion where like I was afraid to write things down. I just don't like the way that some of this looked. I think I would like tried to make a lot of it look like other planners I thought I was seeing, and just like I said, put myself into this idea of what I thought things should look like, just based on like what I liked to see. But like you have to realize that what you like to see, aren't these so cute? What you like to see and what your style is can be 2 different things, and they can coexist at the same time. Like I love seeing like some black and white spreads with like the thick font, and then you write your things. Like I love seeing this. I love when people walk through their planners like this, but it's just not my style. But I love to admire it from afar. So yeah, that was when I moved out of it. I moved into this chunky guy, which is probably why it's so big. And then in the back, what I did is I like turned it into a little bit of a scrapbook, which is fun. Like that was when I convinced my husband to finally start going camping, and we've enjoyed it ever since. So I'm glad I got him out of that box. This was like, I just remember I had like a big chunk of time off of work or something. Like I must have had like a big chunk of time, and we just like lived like kings for a few weeks. But yeah, that's really it. I used the back as just like a sticky note holder, and that was pretty much it. Like I love this page. So yeah, it's just really bare minimum. Like this is just very foundational, and then you can see like I went from this like dark or like beige, like dark colors, like trying to like put myself into that minimal type of box. And then this year I was like, I remember being super bummed out that these were the colors, because I was like, blue, like ugh, that's yucky. But like I really found myself in this planner. I remember just like having so much fun all of the time in this planner. So this was the 2022 Hobonichi. I started like branching out with some more color. And so we'll go to the back pages just so you can kind of see. This is when I started trying to get into more of like a system. You'll see like a more systematic approach to my notes pages in this one, which I think that I kind of even took a little bit into my 2023 Hobonichi weeks. But I think I tried to like merge the two too much. I tried to be so free, but also, oops, I just struck my post-it. I tried to be super free in this 2023, but also like I was just trying to survive. I don't think I like planned it out as much as I wish that I would have now. Anyways, so this is the start of the notes pages. I, again, tried to do collections, and maybe this is good for me because like I think what I feel like I'm missing in this Hobonichi, my 2023, is like I feel like I wish I had more like dedicated space for collections, whereas like they're all over the place. And I find it hard to like go back and flip to those pages all of the time. So I don't know, maybe this will be good for me to see that this might not have worked as well as I thought it did. Because I feel like that's what I keep dreaming about in this one, my 2023. But it looks like it didn't work that well anyways in 2022. So I tried putting collections, favorite meals for our family, so we're not always like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? I don't know, what do you want to eat? I have a ton of spices, and I wanted to put down when I ran out, and I was just apparently buying cumin all the time. I don't even like cook with cumin. I think it was just like those one-off recipes that were like, oh, you need this spicy pepper something, and then you use it once, and then the next time you have a different recipe, oh, you use it once and you think you have to buy it. Whatever. Car maintenance log, pet health log. You could see like we take our pet's health very seriously, but my husband is way more on top of it than I am. Like he really does a lot of that, and that communication just must not have been there. I saw my friend on Instagram do something like this in hers, and she pretty much had like a week at a glance so that you could flip to go alongside your actual weeks. And I thought it was super cool. Again, like you can admire things from afar, but it might not always be your style because it looks like I had a hard time filling the space or even keeping up with it. It's like imposter syndrome type thing. Like you see it, you want to do it, then you do it and you're like, oh, that's not me. This is when I started doing like my actual health logs. I don't know if there's like stuff that I don't want to show, but I started doing like my health logs. That was when I started. So that was like, this is the start of like my more rudimentary, like systematic approach. It was like health log, gratitude, and then you'll see like I started doing like bills trackers. And then this was something I wanted to try to incorporate, which was just like a little brain dump section for each day so that it wasn't as much like I guess it was like a daily. It was like a daily brain dump, and I wasn't using any other way to do a daily. So these were my dailies. Again, I think I saw someone on Instagram do something similar, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. And I don't know if it really worked for me, to be honest. Again, I was trying to go forth with that like week at a glance type thing. More just random collections. And so like I don't know if the answer moving forward is to like dedicate a ton of pages to my collections and then just leave everything else for like the wild west of my planner. Because I think what I was afraid of putting setting aside space for collections in this year, 2022, was because I relied so heavily on dailies in here, that I was afraid I wouldn't have enough space. So now that might not be the case, I think that I could make something like that work. I missed the stenciling. I tried to go back, but it looks like crap. But it could also be the pen. I don't think I enjoy that pen either. So, and add to planner page. It was like things I saw like as you're scrolling Instagram and you're like, oh, I want to put that in mine. Oh, I want to try that. Like better ways to use my bills tracking pages, the money pages, things that I wanted to buy. I've been a long time Planner Monkey Co. enthusiast. This was things I wanted to buy from Planner Monkey Co. Things I wanted to buy, like vinyl stickies I wanted to buy from Aria's Daydream, Paper Squirrel Co. with Love Tony. I wanted to like invest in a skincare routine, like, and put that in my planner. Yeah. And then this is the bread and butter. This is really when I started putting a lot of dailies. I started like tracking it more for memories too. And I just remember feeling so in love with it. And then this is really like the start. So this is when I started doing the vellum, bills, gratitude, health. That's like how you'll see a lot of this go. So it's like vellum, bills, gratitude, health. And then I think I got to a point where I just wasn't utilizing as much of my gratitude page as I wished. then I was wasting pages, and at a time when I like felt like I couldn't waste anything, like it just was too intimidating for me. So yeah, I would put things like when my daughter lost teeth, or we see when her new tooth is coming in. Again, just more daily pages. It's like throw up on paper with stickers and different colored pens and markers, and I love every second of it. This is the coffee plans, or what is her name? Create with Pen. Create with Pen bundle, swashy bundle. I remember I was so excited about it. I also remember like getting this, and that was a time when we got COVID. And I probably can't even say that on YouTube, but whatever. It's probably not going to be monetized now. But I do remember that was like a time we all got really sick, and I just remember looking forward to this and getting it and being like, oh, well, that was exciting. More bills. I actually started using this as like a check balance type thing. I journaled a little bit. This was like our quarantine tracker, things I had to do for my daughter's school, since she was like missing so much school. This cute little reading tracker. I was like going to get into car organization, obviously didn't. Again, just lists, dailies. There's that tattoo list again. More just dailies, and that's it. It just goes into the same thing. Vellum, bills, gratitude, health log. Just more lists, questions for my daughter's doctors, dailies and dailies and dailies. I did like party planning, or I guess I didn't. I attempted to do party planning for my daughter's 2 birthdays. It must be something I forgot to do, but party planning, more dailies, and then it's the same thing, month after month after month after month. Vellum, bills, gratitude, health. And then I get paid like religiously twice a month, so I was putting in those paydays too. Just some more journaling, to buy lists, recipes. I would like throw recipes in there. When we went on, this is when we like bought our RV, so like we were planning out like different, when we PCS'd, I'm with the military, so when we did our like big transfer and we moved, this was like places we were staying at the time, so we could like live out of our RV until we got our house. And then just more dailies. So you can see that was like religiously. This is mostly just dailies and lists. And that's it. Another like little semi-weight loss tracker. It's like I lost weight, I gained weight, I lost weight, and some more stuff from Instagram that I saw. Praying ways to pray for your daughters. Brain dump lists. Bills. And then this is when life got really busy and I was like gone from my family for a long time. So there's like nothing in between these pages. This is, like I said, this is when life got really fun and I had like a lot of time off of work after I just got back from like being gone for a long time. So we just like lived it up, and I was rolling right into my birthday, rolling right into Mother's Day. I look back at this and I just remember, like, it does what it's supposed to do. I look back at these pages and I'm like, wow, I remember this was just like the best few days of my life. More dailies. These are just so fun. I love this style. It's just bright, it's colorful, it's throw up on a paper, but it's also functional. Like I get my crap done. When I look at this, I get it done. When I was planning out my daughter's rooms, more journaling. And then again, just starting a new month. This time I did a summer bucket list, bills. This is when I guess I started getting rid of the actual gratitude list because I was like not keeping up with it. It's kind of like a tracker. Like I don't know. I just don't do it. I don't know. Just more lists. That's it. Yeah? Hi, baby.
I want you.
You want me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming. I tried to do a smaller health tracker. I was trying to plan out my routines for that week. And that's really it. Like I said, this 2022 is just the same thing. Over and over and over again. I put school supplies lists. A little bit of journaling, more lists, budgeting. And that's really it. I used a lot of the pages though, and I thought I was like getting to a point where I was gonna run out, so I took some like extra pages from either like those little Hobonichi notebooks or like this old one and threw them in here, but I ended up not even needing them. But I got up to page I used up to page almost 200, so I would have only had a few pages left anyways. But yeah, so that is 2022. I'm gonna try and blow into 2023 and how I'm using the daily or the notes pages now so we can speed the rest of this video up. So this is the 2023 Hobonichi, how I'm using it now. Like I said, life has changed significantly, so I'm using it a lot differently. And like I said, I also have the pocket Moleskine. I guess what's important to note too is in the 2022 Hobonichi, I was also using my pocket Moleskine. A lot of this is back planned though. I didn't really start like religiously using this until like I could probably figure out the actual day just by looking at it, which is crazy. Sometime in May. It was probably like right in here is when like I started really using it. It was May. And that's when this love affair started with the pocket Moleskine. So you'll see I probably started to have like fewer dailies in my Hobonichi weeks, but I was also still so in love with my weeks that like I was fine with using both of these at the same time. Like at no point in time would I ever have just one without the other. I always have one and the other. So that's important too. So this time around, there are times where I will take both of them out, but I'm not in the car as much. When we lived, where we lived and what we did and how we lived in 2022 was vastly different. We are no longer in the car nearly as much as we were in the past. Our commutes are different. Like we're just not in the car. So there's a lot of times it is one without the other. Like I'll just take this or I'll just take this. So that's different too. And that's going to reflect in your planning too. And that's fine. It doesn't mean that you have to change like your whole dang system. That doesn't mean you have to change the whole system. It just means that like sometimes things are just different and you just use the same system and implement it differently into your life. So that's how that works. I tried to regiment these pages a little bit more. Like I said, I wanted to have more collections posted closer together, I guess, in this. So it was like easier to find, but I don't know. I'm not like exactly excited about how all of these pages look, to be quite honest. My notes, I go into book log. I have to catch back up with that. I've read quite a few more books since then. Password tracker. These are both from Style Planner, I think. Then I go back to that like border look for my word of the year. My manifesto, I broke it up a lot. And I feel like I'm leaning on this a lot this year. Fall bucket list. I had a little like Halloween thing going on. I remember still want to put a picture of my kids, what they looked like on that day. We have it blown up on a canvas in our living room, but I want to put it in my planner. And then just dailies. This is my little room refresh. I was trying to go around and like I said, we moved again. And so I wanted to just update how I was using the rooms. My daughter had her first room, like her own room for the first time. So this was part of their school trackers. Again, I'm trying to pull things from Instagram. This time I actually tagged where it came from. Things to say instead of just because I said so. 5 powerful parenting skills. And I do like to look back on these sometimes. Messages for confidence with your kids. Dailies. And like I said, I tried going back to what I knew and what was comfortable. So vellum, bills, health, no gratitude, but fall favorites. I went into more journaling in this planner in the notes pages, a lot more than I ever have been. And you can see like my handwriting, this is like my more natural handwriting. It's just bigger than what I was trying to do. More journaling, dailies, a little collection, this daily. I can remember this day. I'm writing outside with Beatrice. She was outside. She's like, Mom, bring your planner. And I didn't have any of my stickers, but I needed to just get all this crap out of my brain. More journaling. There's a little Christmas section. journaling. Put little tip-ins with journaling cards. More daily pages. I was trying to like condense some of these a little bit, but I don't really like that, to be honest. Some more recipes, dailies. So you can kind of see like how these are Planner Monkey Co. Both of these are. I use this as kind of like a little dashboard section so I could pull open to it and be like, okay, I need a mental breather. What can I do? Also, if I need to pull open, like, what do I need to buy right now? If, you know, you get that last minute, oh, you're going to be the snack leader or your kid needs to bring something, like, I can throw that in here too. You can just see, like, everything just looks way different. It all looks way different. More journaling, more lists. I tried habit tracking. This is not supposed to be there. My daughter put that there at some point. So I'll just keep it because it makes me happy. But I'm just so bad with tracking. I tried to bring back the gratitude section. Didn't really work so great. Bills, I tried to bring that back. I obviously didn't use it. I was pen testing. This was all for Thanksgiving. Those are so happy times. Such happy times. This is when I like opened my Shopify and I was making some sales for Black Friday. Vellum. Health tracker. Oh, I never went back to use that. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'll put a picture or I'll put like what was in their holiday stockings or something. See, that's the problem. Like, I love this planner and I love Stylogies. I love all notebooks, but like sometimes they become black holes. It's just the luck of the draw. I wanted to like get back into my fitness a little bit more. Journaling. I did a lot more journaling in this planner than like I've ever really done in my planners, to be honest. And I think that's because I was just like so ready to use them, but like I wasn't using them just for dailies all of the time because I was really putting all of like my daily lists in my pocket Moleskine. And you have to remember that I started this in September, so a lot of these dailies aren't even in here. They're actually inside of my 2022 pocket Moleskine. If you're keeping up with me, and all the planner hopping, then kudos to you. Wish list. These are just like big ticket things I wanted to buy and like how I wanted to do them. Like, so craft room, all these things I wanted to buy for the craft room because I wanted to move my crafting area completely. I wanted to revamp how I like stored my pencils and pens, and I wanted to fill my work office differently. Anatomy of a purse. I feel like I swap purses so much and I wanted to like put big sections, but I never went back to that, clearly. Some more birthday party planning. Dailies, camper list. You'll see like I have 2 camper list things in here because I forgot that I put it in there. Some more dailies, some like doctor appointments for my daughter, some list for me. Health, a summer list, places like we want to visit. Crocs all summer, no matter what. So I need to see if my girls, like, since their feet got bigger, if they need new Crocs. I know one of my daughters needs a new helmet. Hers is like busted up and peeling, and it probably isn't as safe as it was or as it should be. So I know I at least need to buy one more new helmet. Vellum, gratitude, and you're getting up until the end, really. Vellum, gratitude, health, dailies. This day, ugh. You can see I tried to do the same thing. I tried to make my writing all small just to fit it all in there, and I cannot stand how this looks. I actually got things done, but I just don't like how it actually looks. But yeah, that's how I'm using it this year. It's completely different. Like, I've been in this since September, and that's as many notes pages. I'm only at 99 notes pages. If I did that in here, like, that's probably why this looks so big. But again, different seasons of life bring different things that you need to keep you on track. And at the end of the day, this is a hobby, but it's also like, you gotta get your life together and it's gotta help get you to where you need to be at all times. So finding that happy medium sometimes can be hard, but I think with this system, I have really found the happy medium. So I think like this is my planner system. Everything else that I add to it, the Commit 30, the larger Moleskine, spiral notebooks, like random composition books, like those are all just complimentary. They're all just for funsies. This is my system, like tried and true. But yeah, so thank you guys for sticking along for this super long video while I go through all of my notes pages. I hope that inspired you. I know it's given me a little bit more food for thought. I haven't even looked inside of these in a really long time, so it's always fun to kind of go back and reminisce and look. and see kind of what worked and what didn't and how I can move forth. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm already excited for the 2024 Hobonichi release. So I think I might not try and jump in as fast as I have this year, just so I can like feel more set and plan it out and settled in it a little bit. But who knows? I say that now. It's probably not going to turn out that way. I'm going to jump right in. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.